All right, I'm back again with another book review, and this book is Trouble and Triumph by Mr. T.I Harris himself. And this book is about power and beauty, two childhood friends who are brothers and sisters, but we know that they are a lot more and trying to discover and reconnect with one another after they've had a moment of passion after the passing of Power's mother. And after Power's mentor Slim kidnaps him and wants to bring him close because he is believing that there are people spreading some rumors about him and his love life. So he is paranoid about what people are saying about him as a man. And so Power is going out and trying to find his way and find some things and find out what's going on and reclaiming his status and his power in this world. And Beauty is finding herself and planning a wedding to a man that she really doesn't love because she really loves Power. And they're going throughout this book trying to find out how they can come back together and reconnect and get things back on track in their own lives. And this book is amazing because it takes place in Atlanta, it takes place overseas in Asia and Japan, and it is very interesting. It's a book that you want to keep on reading because it takes you through a lot of different scenarios and a lot of different plots, and it really brings forth the creativity that you see from Mr. T on his music in the book that he has co-written and co-authored. And I love this book. I have the audio version, and the narrator is amazing because he really takes on the personality of the characters and even some of the language and the pronunciation of the words, like Yamamoto. And I love this book. It's definitely a book you want to read. And it really just comes to the space of the climax where you find the two, Power and Beauty, riding off in the sunset, and a bunch of situations and some circumstances that leave people wondering who did what, because Slim finds himself going out and trying to figure out who was spreading these rumors about him and trying to quell his own paranoia about his life and the things that he's doing. So Trouble and Triumph is definitely a book you want to read. Mr. T outdid himself. I'm going to look and then see if I can find more books that he himself has written, but this book is definitely resembling the relationship that he has had with his very own wife Tiny. And I don't know the situation around he and Tiny going on. I know there's a lot of stuff in the news, but I'm not a big fan of all of that stuff. So I just know that this book is definitely a good book. It takes you on a ride, and it shows you the love that you have with someone that you may have met as a child and how it never dies. And no matter what you do, you can't put that love and that attraction away. But the beginning of the book, it starts off with Beauty telling her fiance, "You have to go and help save my brother Power." And then we see that this is the action that snowball that starts the whole avalanche. But that avalanche brings Power and Beauty back together again, and then leaves you at the end of this story wondering what will happen next with Power and Beauty, especially with Slim still out there looking for power and believing that he is the source and the person who started these rumors about him and his manhood. So you definitely want to read this book. I'm going to have some more reviews coming after. Go back and look at a lot of these books and refresh myself so that I make sure all of my information is correct. I don't want to give you any incorrect information. So when you read this, you'll see it, and I'll see it in the comments. But even though, so tell me what you think. If you go out and read this book, tell me what you think about the book, and let's have a conversation about authors, especially in our communities as Africans, and our own, putting our own forward first. And I definitely love seeing our authors, especially the black men, and seeing a different side of them, and then seeing our black women coming forth and expressing themselves through their book, through their work, and the creativity that they have with all of these crazy characters. The next book, I'm going to make sure that I get the title and all these things correct because it definitely resembles one of the most infamous books in the African American community, and it stars Miss Jada Pinkett and Queen Latifah and some other all stars. So stay tuned to my channel. If you liked it. If you want to subscribe to see more, subscribe. If you want to just leave a comment, leave a comment. Subscribes, likes, and comments helps me stay up in you know, the suggestions, and it hypes up my page a little bit because I definitely want to support our authors. Peace.